Hi Sagittarius, thanks for watching. This is a spiritual horoscope, so please take what resonates and release the rest. We'll get started with some runes and then we'll clarify with some cards. So let's jump in. What does Sagittarius need to know? So you have this rune which represents success. So let's see how that will come in for you. What can we clarify? So we're starting off with Yira. And oh, part of it came off. All right, so Yira represents, Yira represents like a harvest. And so how I want to explain this one, the harvest, is in terms of before you can even harvest anything, you have to think of the whole process, right? You need to make sure the ground is ready. You need to plant the seeds. You need to make sure you water them, get rid of all the weeds. And so all that, it's like all of those steps will come in, and that's what you're going through right now. You're going through all the motions, and that's how the success comes in for you, is through all those steps. And the best way to describe it is that harvest. And so you're getting to that stage, the harvest. You'll reap the rewards of all your hard work because the success is there. But you need to do the work. And look, because like I didn't even notice that the paint had chipped off this rune. So what I want to explain with this one is that if you don't do the work, it's like you don't get all the benefits of it because you're not putting in your heart and soul into this work that you're going through. It's like all the emotions, like you don't want to half-ass it because you're not going to get the full benefits, is what they're saying here. And you've got Othala, and Othala represents it's what's the word? I'm losing my words. It's little surprises that you'll get as a result of all this success coming in. But again, like I really want to stress here, it's you need to put your heart and soul into it, and that's how you reap all the benefits of it. Because if you don't, that's where like you'll only see the partial benefit, because like again, like this rune it's chipped off a bit, so you won't get the full benefits of it if you don't put everything into it. And you've got this one, so Iwas represents letting go. So this is where it's like, well, let's say you've got so much on your plate and it's like, well, how can I do this 100% and give my time 100%, but let go, because that's the emotions coming into it. If you just keep your head down and do it, you'll get there. And so it's easy to say, hey, I don't have time to do something. But if you look at the grand scheme of the day, what's an extra 30 minutes spent on something? Like in the grand scheme of the entire day. And so this is where like it's easy to say, I can't do it, I don't have time. But that's where, if you really want it, you'll make the time. And so even if you don't put in the times, you'll still be successful, but you won't get the full benefit of it, is what they're saying here. And you've got Nauthies, and Nauthies represents restrictions. So it's like you're putting your own restrictions on this situation and saying, like, again, I'll use the example of like time, not having enough time. So this is where you're putting your own limitations and not allowing all of this to come in. You will be successful, but if you really commit to it, that's where it will really come in even better. But so this rune, again, I'm really being drawn to the fact that this got chipped off. But so it's saying really commit to it and you will really benefit from this in the long run. Let's go to some cards now. What can we clarify for Sagittarius? Round and round. So this is where it's like that cycle, like, oh, like the cycle in terms of like, hey, I really want this thing, but oh, I don't have time to do it, but oh, I really want it. So it's like that vicious circle that you're going in. But if you just commit to yourself, hey, I'm going to do it, And then like even if you take like, let's say go back to the example of like the 30 minutes. If you work at something 30 minutes every day, in the long run, it's going to pay off a lot better than if you just did nothing. So it may take longer to get there, but at least you're getting there. You're putting in the work and you're not putting your own limitations on the situation. What else can we clarify? So you've got thinker. So this is where like it's so easy. I know I can do this quite a bit in terms of sit there and think about a situation and what I should do and all the steps that need to happen and all that. And by the time I know it, there's so much time that's gone by and I've done nothing other than think. So this is where you need to, okay, you need to have a plan, but then actually go for it. Do something rather than just going in a circle. Hey, I want this, but I don't have the time. Hey, I want this. And just stop that and just start doing is what the universe is saying here. So you've got community. So with this success that's coming in and the work that's involved to let it come in, this is where the community card, how I want to describe it, is asking for help. There's no harm in asking for help. Like, let's say you're trying to accomplish this thing at work and you've got little ones at home. Ask for help. Like, and it's finding the time to put in the work, right? To like, especially with little ones, because they have their own needs that need to be met, and you like, it's so much to juggle. But then maybe do that 30 minutes after they're in bed, and that's where, or even asking for help, that balance needs to happen. And it will happen because 8 is major change. So this success and these surprises will come in, but you need to stop thinking and start doing. And part of the doing is asking for help. And that's how that big change will come in. What else can we clarify? Come over to the edge. Take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith that committing yourself to this will get you to there. Take a leap of faith that you do have the time to put into it. Even if it's 15 minutes or 20 minutes or even 5 minutes, in the long run, it'll pay off. But take that leap of faith that it will come together. And don't put any time pressure on it. Just slowly work at this and the success will come in. Look, you've got the major change, you've got the surprises and the success. So it will come in, but you need to stop thinking and start doing. All right, this is what I have for you at this time. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.